What up? Welcome to the official DoD Podcast.
Presents the official DoD Podcast. The only place where dads can be 100% correct 100% of the time. Don't tell your mother.
What up? Welcome to episode 10 of the official DoD Podcast. I'm your host, TwoLoudtx. Here with me today, my co-host and Guardian Slayer himself, Nolxero. What's up, buddy?
Nolxero is your hero. Not much better. How you doing?
Oh my gosh. Is that your new slogan?
That might be my new slogan. I worked on that for a little bit. I know it's not the greatest thing, but I just trying to play with my name a little bit, and I don't know. I like that a little bit.
Well, the man that finally reached 30, and I think he wants a few cookies from us, guys. The co-founder of Dads of Destiny, POPEBEAR. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I wanna clarify this. I didn't just finally reach 30. I've reached 2 Titans to 30, and then the third one has all the gear ready to be 30. So technically, I have 3 Titans that are 30.
We will each send you a basket of Oreos, okay?
I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure.
I think you kind of cheesed it to get 3 30s, but
Right,
yeah.
I mean...
Good job.
How exactly am I cheesing it?
Well,
Do you
technically,
want me to
you got the
explain?
guys, so...
Am I using the game the way
Do you want me to
it is?
explain?
Yes, I
Okay,
actually
so
think-
basically, you get one guy to 30. Then you can take all the gear that got him to 29 onto the next Titan, so he's automatically at 29. And it's just a matter of getting a couple pieces of gear. But you can run the raid 3 times, and once one's fully equipped, I'm not saying you're like cheating the game. I just think you got three Titans.
So
Right,
what
you
you're
didn't have
what
to
you're
go
explaining
through-
is that I'm playing the game smartly. That I'm playing it.
It depends. I mean, if you think playing
I-
3 of the same character is smart, okay.
Yeah.
I think you're
Well,
missing out.
the man that's not saying too much there in the background, Mr. Hambone. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, everybody? Just hanging out, trying to explain to Pope that having 3 of the same character is, in fact, cheating the game.
I think it's cheating himself.
That's what I mean. He's cheating himself out of the true experience of going through another
Brian,
subclass.
Let me explain something to you. Playing as a hunter is not a good experience.
Oh my
No,
goodness!
I
Here we
don't
go
play
with
as
the
a
hunter
warlock.
hate.
Look.
No, dude. And why would I want to play 2 inferior classes? I'm
Oh
just
my goodness!
I don't understand.
Well,
this.
let me tell you this. I started off playing a Titan, and I absolutely love my Titan. Right, I was
And
at
now
30,
that you found Jesus,
way before you
now
guys.
that you found Jesus, you
And no.
Okay.
I would just say that I was really turned off by actually the Warlock, which I wasn't going to play at all because I played him in the beta and the alpha, and I didn't really enjoy him. And I thought I would play the Hunter because actually in the beta I played the Hunter the most. But I started off playing the Titan, and because I got a bunch of gear that fell for Warlock, I just went ahead and played the Warlock because I saved the gear in my vault. Anyhow, I got to say, you are cheating yourself by not playing a Warlock, man. It's a lot of fun. Like, the Warlock's movement really, really changes the game. It gave me a lot of different experiences, and I have to say it broke up the monotony of playing as a Titan.
Well,
but hey,
look,
to each his own.
I don't get monotony in the game. Each character is different. I have a exo female, I have an exo male, and I have a human.
Those do absolutely
all
nothing
I'm
for the
saying is they're not
gameplay,
the same
though.
guys.
Technically, they are not the same guys.
The aesthetics change everything. My gameplay is so varied whenever I change the aesthetics ever so slightly.
It really does change the meta of the game, to be honest with you.
The meta of the game. Here we go. Oh my gosh,
Bife
it's too funny.
Junior.
Well, yeah. Thanks so much, Bife. Well, wow, guys. I got to say this though. 10 episodes. I mean, it's
Wow.
pretty awesome. I know it's not a large feat, but it is a feat for us. And I just got to say thanks to everybody that keeps letting us infiltrate your earbuds every week and listen to us. With that said, we want to continue to provide you guys with some great entertainment, and we have some exciting news to announce next week, so make sure you tune in for that. I also know that the admin team over at Dads of Destiny also have some exciting things that they're planning as well, so stay tuned and keep your eyes open on Twitter as well this following week. We have some great things coming down the pipeline. We'll also be raising awareness for another great cause in this month. This time it's for something that can hit a little closer to home, as some may say, in honor of Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Some of us are going to participate in No Shave November. I know Hambone is, right?
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
he's growing it out, already starting, and I'm going to join in with him. I know that some of you cannot join us on this journey due to numerous reasons, whether it be work or whatever else. But however, those of you that can join us, we're just asking that you send us some pictures of your no-shaved face, your hairy faces throughout the month of November. And at the end of the month, we are going to reward the individual that grows the manliest beard a prize. So us four will take a look at your pictures that you send us throughout the month and pick a winner. See who got the manliest beard. So sorry, Hambone, I don't think you can win that prize,
Oh,
but
man.
you might have the manliest beard
I might.
at the end.
We'll
but
see what happens.
and lastly, for the month of November, we would like to ask you guys that celebrate Thanksgiving to send us a 10-second audio clip throughout the month. We're up to probably, I don't know, that's going to be the third week of November. I have to look back at the dates, but if you get it to us before Thanksgiving, we're going to when we do our Thanksgiving special, we're going to air those on, and you can make it funny, you can make it serious, you can give us your name, where you're from, and what you're thankful for, and we'll be putting those together to share them on air. So, I can't believe that we're already here at Thanksgiving in 2014. I mean, it has flown by. So I know we were all waiting for Destiny to come out, and it seemed like forever, but I got to say this year is flying by.
Absolutely.
Well, let's gather our beverages of choice, and let's get started with episode 10.
Bottles up, Guardians.
Please drink responsibly. Silly kids, drinking is for adults only. Don't drink and ride your Sparrow. Drinking has been known to increase your aim. Individual crucible results may vary. If you have a buzz lasting longer than 4 hours, contact the speaker immediately. No lawyers were harmed in the making of this disclaimer.
All right, Pope, so I know you're dead tired. You've been working like a crazy fiend this past week, and I don't know if you have something special for us, but are you going to let the guys down over there in Europe? I mean, they probably drink in their sleep, so...
It's actually a recommendation that came off of from the community. Nolan Guthrie tweeted me a beer that he lives in. He lives in a part of the country where he can't get it, and so he recommended this Dogfish. It's a Dogfish brewery. It's a
Love that
120 minute.
beer.
Yeah, 120 minute IPA, and man, this thing's an ass kicker. It's got I think about 18% alcohol in it, and I think it's good. It's really good, but I'm drinking it. I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna turn it down if a buddy of mine hands it to me. But we kind of live in the mecca of IPAs over here in the West Coast, and I think I could walk down the street and pick up a good one. But I want to thank Nolan for his recommendation. I'm really enjoying it.
So what's a 128-minute IPA?
120
educate
120 minute.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
It's, to be honest with you, it's kind of not to dog on Nolan's suggestion, but it's a really good IPA, but it's kind of a gimmicky concept. It's during the process of brewing the beer, they take the hops and they introduce it in the brewing process for 120 minutes. And so it's supposed to be like with IPAs, they're supposed to be really hoppy and have a lot of like flavor and upfront, a lot of like aromatic essence, right? So the 120 minutes means that they're just putting it out there that they've introduced a lot of hops to the beer, and But it's kind of a change in style between East Coast and West Coast beers, or at least IPAs, because the West Coast, they like to introduce the hops at the end and put in a lot of it, and still maintain a lot of the flavor. So it's an interesting change, and I think it's kind of gimmicky, but the East Coast people swear by it, and it makes it really strong in alcohol. And I personally like IPAs that aren't as that have lots of flavor, but then sit around 8 or 9% alcohol, because I'm kind of a lightweight. So, but this is a good one.
but
This
those
is a good
Dogfish,
one.
man. I'm telling you, Nolan,
Well-
being from the East Coast, I'm very appreciative of the Dogfish Head. That is one of my favorite and my brother's favorite. So thanks for calling that one out.
Well, there you go, Nolxero. You're going to learn something today, buddy. You're going to learn something today about that beverage. So what about you? What do you have over there, Nolxero?
Today I am rocking Tecate. But I do have an
Tecate.
announcement. I've been corresponding with the guy that's been emailing us at feedback.dod@gmail.com. His username is Omniball, and his real name is Stan. He sent us I read his email a while back on, I think, episode 8. He kind of got at us about our beer selections. He lives in Texas, and so what I told him, my proposition with him was that even though I talked about having a mild allergy to alcohol, I told him I wanted him to suggest a list of beers, and each week I was going to feature a beer of his choice, and we would basically see if I have a reaction to it and how I feel about the beer that I drink.
So, Stan, if you kill Nolxero on the air, you will know.
No,
right?
it's not
That's
that
pretty
bad of
awesome.
an allergy. It's more of
that's too
it'll be
funny.
more of it makes my chest rash up and my face rash up a little bit. So it's more just inconvenient for me.
No pain, no gain,
But I think nonetheless it's going to be really fun. And he's from Texas, so I'm getting some, like, he recommended one to me, and he got the email to me a little late, and I've been working with our stuff that you were talking about earlier. But he recommended me one that was called Austin Beer Works Pearl Snap, and he also recommended another one called Independence Convict Hill, which are two that sound like they come from very close where I live.
Well, that sounds interesting. If you just drink enough of it, though, maybe you'll forget that you have the rash. If you
Well,
get
that's
it,
normally
you
what
know,
happens. Whenever
just
it's,
keep drinking,
yeah,
right?
Normally, whenever it happens, I'll be at like a restaurant or something and drinking some kind of alcohol there, and my wife will be like, "Oh my God, you're having a reaction." I'm like, "I'm too drunk to notice."
Right.
Well, Hambone, what do you have sitting there on that can there in front of you?
Oh,
What did you
man.
pick up here? What is the convenience store special?
Man, well, I have left the convenience store special, and not to disappoint anybody, but I don't have Jack today. Today, I have a Boddington's Pub Ale beer here that I'm drinking, which it's on the label here. It says smooth and creamy, and it is exactly that. I don't know if you've ever had a Guinness, but it has the widget inside of it, so it comes out pretty
Okay.
frothy and pretty creamy. And I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this like 5 or 6. Not as hoppy as I'd like or as flavorful, but or having as much alcohol that I like. But overall, it's a pretty good beer.
When you go from Jack to beer, bro, the alcohol content changes a
I mean,
little
so
bit.
basically, I'm drinking water over here, is what I'm saying. But no, it's Boddington's Pub Ale, and if you like a mild, creamy beer, then this might be a beer for you. But I did want to pose a question that a few of my buddies from Savvy have been talking about, and I wanted to ask Pope on air: is it okay to drink a Corona with a lime in it, or does that get your man card pulled? Because I have a friend and he drinks Corona with the lime in it. And then I have another friend who does not drink it with the lime and says even drinking a Corona puts you in that gray area of losing your man card. So what do you guys think?
I think if you're in California and people are dressing Natty Light, you're okay.
Yeah, so honestly, like, Corona is one of those beers where it's the right situation, right? And if you're on the beach and you're hanging out, and a Corona does taste better with a little lime in it, and
Well, I think it would also depend on where you are. I mean, in Texas, for sure, you have to. I mean, if you're drinking a Corona, almost 90% of the time, people, even in their ice chest, they take anywhere. They got a pocket knife and a bunch of limes.
See, now,
And-
G Master would say you can only drink a Corona if you are on the beach or in a setting where Corona is natural. but like having it at your house and slicing up a little lime wedge to go inside of it is getting your man card pulled.
In that fact, what about a blue moon with a slice of orange in it?
Even worse. Even worse.
Yeah, but they serve it like that everywhere you go. I mean, if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings,
Yeah.
which is a big wing place here in Texas, and you order a blue moon, they're going to serve it to you with a slice of orange.
It does make the flavor taste better, but apparently any fruit inside of a beer is not a man beer, and you drink it knowing that it's a chick drink. Is what I'm hearing.
Well, I can't say much because tonight I'm drinking a special beer. It is a Maine root beer. So
You're drinking soda, dude. Don't put lipstick on that pig.
It's handcrafted ingredients. It's carbonated with pure water. It's fair trade certified, organic cane juice and
Did
spices.
he say he's drinking a root beer?
He's drinking sarsaparilla.
It's a root beer.
Sarsaparilla.
No, hey, this is an organic, trade certified root beer, man. This is like the best root beer you can get, man. And I gotta admit to you, I love it. And my wife, the reason why I got this is she's big into drinking some root beer floats. So at night, perhaps after we wind down after the good times, we'll make a little root beer float. So that's how I actually picked this up. But I gotta admit, it's pretty cool. We have a grocery store here nearby that sells a lot of like different organic sodas and different things like that. And believe it or not, although I do drink the occasional beer, I also like drinking a lot of different sodas. And I don't know if you guys have Jones sodas over there, but it started when I was a kid. I used to start drinking Jones sodas all the time, so it's just kind of something I've always done. But go ahead and tear me up on there, Poe. Go ahead. I see you shaking your head over there, so go ahead.
It's good. I mean, my 7-year-old loves root beer too.
You know what? There might be some 7-year-olds that listen to this podcast.
All
with
I'm
their
saying
fathers,
is
so
that you're
reaching out.
representing that member. Those listeners, the 7-year-old listeners that love this podcast. You're representing right now. So proud of you.
Oh my goodness!
Absolutely,
They have
Absolutely.
a voice.
Well, they do. They have a voice to
Oh,
me.
Jesus.
So there we go. Well, I don't know if you guys actually saw what Bungie did this week, but I got to applaud at Bungie and Deej for their amazing deed that they reached out and touched a community member that was actually using Destiny as physical therapy, believe it or not. So, Hambone, why don't you tell us a little bit about that situation?
Oh yeah, basically a guy who had I guess a round of brain surgeries. His doctor had actually suggested that Destiny somehow was helping him to recover, I guess, some of those motor skills or hand-eye coordination that you need to play the game. And this man posted up on the forums that he had been doing that, and Bungie caught wind of it, and they hooked this guy up. I am serious, man. They gave this dude a gun I've never even heard of.
Yeah, it's called the Fate of All Fools. So, yeah, he actually had 7 brain surgeries. And I believe how it started is his wife put something on Reddit about it.
Yeah, yep.
And his neurologist told him that video games have been showing some tremendous use as a PT tool for brain and memory damage. So supposedly he's doing better too. He's getting better. I guess as good as you can get after 7 brain surgeries, but. He's getting better and has some growth going. And, Deej reached out and told him they were sending him a care package. And the next thing they know, he got this Fate of All Fools. So it's a scout rifle for those that don't know, and it's coming in the Trials of Osiris. And so yeah, I thought that was really cool, man.
Cool.
I gotta give them applaud that they reached out. I mean, that kind of thing is really what sets Bungie apart, right? Is they continue to go out to their community. I know we all give them a hard time, from here and there about Destiny and the game, but. I think one reason why we're a part of this community, and I know you too, Pope, you've been a part of it for just as longer than I have. Even back in the Halo days, they've always been really good about reaching out to the community and doing things. So I think that's really, really cool. But on that note, they also, Deej gave us a weekly update here on the November 7th, 2014 update, which personally seemed a little lacking to me. But hey, it is what it is. And so let's just run down these real quick, and you guys tell me what you think. I know that he mentioned here are some of the things that when they sat around the round table basically and were writing on the whiteboard, things that they're changing channels for talking to match-made teammates if you wish so. So,
Ooh,
wow.
about
I
time.
mean, there you go, Pope. There's your PvP change right there. You can actually talk to people that you're on the team with. So,
Hey, that is amazing.
That sounds like such a stupid thing to be excited for, but
dude, it is so ridiculous. It was in Halo 2.
Right.
Come
Welcome
on.
to 2002 functionality.
I mean, come on, man. Exotic weapons that are stronger and more interesting to upgrade.
thank you.
Mm.
Because
What? I mean, seriously.
bad
What?
juju
No,
is terrible.
okay, so
More
it needs
interesting to upgrade?
it needs a
all-
spanking, and it
all
needs to be
this-
brought
so-
back
so
from the dead.
before you guys just tear apart this update, let me explain to you that to me this is a laundry list of community complaints that they're addressing. That's what it looks like to me.
Well,
I'm not
I
complaining.
feel like
I said
you
it
know,
needs it.
my wife does the laundry, right? And she can get a lot more of my kids' clothes in the washer than me and hers. So I feel like they're picking the smallest things in the world to wash first, and then they're actually going to wash the things that we're all really want, right? They're like, "Oh, here we'll give you chat channels.
Right.
Hey, we'll give you some weapon upgrades, more interesting." So what does more interesting to upgrade mean?
Play
It-
with
it's
the
gonna
bad
take.
juju, and anything that changes on that would be nice.
But no, what I'm saying is, what are they going to do? Add it where I have to have more ascendant energy?
Right.
I mean,
Who knows?
what they're going to add a whole nother
And,
row?
and what do they
I mean,
mean by stronger? So does that mean the attack is going to be increased from 300?
I don't think.
Obviously.
I think that those are all good like ideas or like examples of how they would change them. But I think the more interesting upgrade might be in reference to maybe being able to re-roll your equipment, re-roll your the stats on your weapons.
I thought that
Maybe
was
that's
from
in reference to
Iron
that.
Banner.
but that's just Iron Banner, isn't it?
Maybe,
I mean, that's
maybe, but I'm wondering if that's what
could
they're
be-
referencing there.
That would be
Yeah, they
sweet.
could be saying like that could be that they're trying to bring that to all weapons, which would be nice because there's some weapons like I know Troy you complained
But
about.
this is
Ascension
just
Seek.
saying exotics, though. I mean, this is saying just exotics, and we've always known exotics to always be the same. So you can't re-roll properties because then we would all have different properties on exotics if exotics are exotics.
Right.
You know, they mentioned that re-rolling properties before were only on legendary items. So that's why I'm interested about. But we'll see what it means. I mean, I just hope it's not. Hey, you need more energy to max this gun out. It's just like.
I think
Okay,
you're, I think
wow,
you're gonna find that I'm hoping that you find that the exotics have variations within them that when you get an exotic, it's for example the Suros regime, right? Everybody's Suros regime has exactly the same upgrades to it. It would be
Right.
great if there was interesting upgrades that rolled with each iteration of the game, the gun. So you might find out that you have some really cool combination of stat roll included in the with the options that you can upgrade, and you find out that exotic is actually just super badass, or it's the opposite, like you got this cool exotic, but because of the stats that you got, it makes it a mediocre gun. Or
Yeah, I mean, I'm just interested to see what they do. I would like originally, I'd think it like most games, and tell me if I'm wrong here, Nolxero, but most of the time, if you get an exotic, even in like Diablo, it's different.
Oh, it's
I mean,
way
my
different.
exotic will be different than yours, right? So I hope that they do make exotics different, because I think that's what makes them so awesome when you get them in other games is you have these exotics and you're like, well, hey, mine got this roll and yours got that roll, right? I mean, that and especially if those certain things were class based or they helped one class more than the other, you'd be like, okay, I got a Suros, but it has a benefit for a cooldown for a Titan. It won't help me on this character, but I can put that one on my Titan for people like us that actually play all three classes, and it benefits us. So, I hopefully something like that. They also said on here that new gear, new gear to let you slip into something a little more legendary. So, obviously, going to be some more legendary gear, and then of course that which awaits in the Dark Below. So, which is the expansion coming out. So, I mean, if 4 things that they said were at, I guess, the top of the list are going to happen quicker than the others. Some of the others, to me, these are probably even more lacking. But maybe I'm just maybe I'm just in a bad mood today when I read this, but new shaders for your gear. I don't know how much that. I mean, that's definitely my kid's laundry. You know, I mean,
Right, but
I
at
don't
the same
care.
time, I mean, aesthetically, whoa, is that a word?
Yes.
Aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aesthetic.
Oh.
I mean, I make up words all the
It
time, dude.
just- It
You-
came out
you can
weird,
say it.
and I wasn't sure.
You can say aesthetically.
yeah.
I mean, you can make up whatever you want. I make up words. I
just-
can't
I
TwoLoud
pronounce
would
wasn't
say
words half the time.
aesthetically.
Aesthetically.
Yeah.
Like I love getting shaders, and some of the best times I have are when I'm wearing a shader and somebody's like, "What shader is that?" And it's a rare shader. So you're right, it's definitely on the smaller side of being a relevant thing, but it is nice to have some versatility or some options when you're choosing the shader to put on. So I'm looking forward to it.
I guess. I mean, to each his own on that. I mean, I don't really care about
But
shaders.
wait, weren't those shaders also the ones that were connected to your ship and your Sparrow? Is that what they're talking? Are they talking like the new shaders that also allow you to change that color of
It
your
says
Sparrow?
for gear. It says for gear. So I'm guessing it's for your person aesthetic.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It also says ways to preview items before you spin your glimmer. How about that one, Nolxero? Does that excite you? You get to preview the item before you spin your glimmer.
If they allow me to do it before I spend my marks, absolutely, because I've bought in a couple of different weapons from different vendors where I'm like, this gun is crap. And if I could have tested it in like a firing range or something, I'd have known that immediately.
Yeah, well, you get to preview it. I don't know if it.
Yeah, you're not getting
From my
fire.
understanding, yeah, I think you're just getting to actually get the picture where it goes. That it's on the background and you get to look at its tree.
Mm-hmm.
You
From
can
my
do that
understanding. But-
already. No, I think this is more than that because to me, you can already look at it. You can already see the tree and see what it'll upgrade into and everything. I think this is going to show you how it handles in your hands.
Well, that would actually be pretty cool. I would have to say that would be a pretty cool
Yeah.
add-on. Greater chances of showers in public spaces.
Public events.
Now, I'm
Good, because
excited
these
about
people
that.
stink, man.
Yeah,
all right,
dude,
and they
I'm
need
really
a shower.
excited about that. You spend enough time around gamers and you realize that they stink.
What does that mean? Are they talking about
They're
like
talking about
like the
public
rain
events.
effects?
Talking about rain.
Yeah.
From when you click that hyperlink, it looks like it's talking about. It takes you to an article about public events.
Okay, so it's going to give you more public events.
Yeah. That's what I'm assuming. Now, if it was talking about rain, that would be pretty sweet too. But as soon as you click that link, it's telling you all about public events. So,
Adjustments to some arenas that needed better traffic flow.
I got nothing.
What? What?
I
what?
got
Well, I'm
nothing.
assuming that means like I can't think of that map. No, I can't think of the name of the map where it's just like storage containers and everything, and A and B or A and C are on the one side, and then B's out in like that island out there. It's on Earth. I can't remember the name of it. Sorry, community. But that one, I mean, the traffic flow on that map is terrible. I mean, it needs some work. And I think that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, Bungie's always been known for the great maps, so we'll see what they do to make the changes there. I definitely have faith in them when it comes to maps. I
Absolutely.
think most of their maps, 90% of their maps are fantastic that we see right now.
Mhm.
So the next one is new economies to equip you with upgrade materials. So hopefully we're going to get upgrade materials easier somehow. I don't have to sit there and farm them,
Right.
Yeah, that's me clapping because I absolutely hate farming for these materials. So if there's a way for me to spend the glimmer that I don't spend on anything else on upgrade materials or whatever, I'll spend anything. So I don't want to farm these damn things. And I think I actually talked to you about that today.
Yeah, you did. Also fixes, patches, and other invisible technical evolutions.
Now I wonder if they
So,
actually did anything, or if that's just filler. Because since they're invisible, how would we know? You know what I mean? Like I could say that, like, today we just patched Destiny, just put in a little patch 3.0. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, here's the
We
next bullet
fixed a
bunch
bunch of invisible stuff.
right.
The
it's
air is a
invisible,
better
don't worry about
quality
it.
for breathing.
Right.
The next one might be even better though. Some other tricks up our sleeves.
Woo! Other tricks up your sleeve. That's so open ended.
I mean, why even make that a point?
Mind
You
freak,
know what I
though.
mean? Like,
Mind
Right.
freak. They are the mind freak.
Wait.
Uh,
Boom.
Boom. There it is.
Boom.
There it is.
You're gonna learn something today.
You gonna learn today?
You're gonna learn today.
And then maybe even a more generous cryptarch.
Maybe.
And
That's the key word
yeah,
there.
well, in parentheses, he said he'll still be sort of a bastard. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this either, but Deej likes the word bastard. He likes calling people bastards.
I think that's
so
why he likes more consoles so much. You beautiful
You
bastards.
beautiful bastards.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, probably so. Well, I mean that's basically what it ran down in his update this week, and I you know, like I said, maybe I'm in a bad mood. Maybe we're all giving it a hard time. I don't know. I think the most exciting
There's
thing
decent
in all of
stuff in
this. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm looking forward to taking another shower. You know, that's really what I'm wanting to do is take some
Oh,
showers
yeah.
in that
Oh,
game.
Hey,
yeah.
change is change. At least they're doing something because they could.
Well,
The
Yeah.
game is not stagnant, so
and
that's
I think
good.
I think he just wanted to get that out there, and then and then also tell them that us that they're working on other stuff, and I think it ends with something that little section ends with something that I find hopeful. For now, we just wanted to let you know we've been thinking about you and working on some game changers we hope you'll enjoy. So I think that they know, D just knows that this is just sort of like these, sort of nuts and bolts little things, but they've got some game changers that they're going to be pushing out to us.
And that's good.
Well, yeah, and
That's good.
yeah, absolutely. You know, I think it, with all the other games coming out, which we'll get into in just a second, that are coming out this, this holiday season per se, and with Call of Duty that just came out this past week, I think it's necessary for them to keep updating this game, to keep trying to bring the community back, so that people that do have problems or do walk away, that they keep coming back. I know that I'm going to keep playing the game, probably forever. I mean, as long as they're going from their 10 years and I keep getting updates. I mean, I enjoy it and I love the game, but I just think it's, like I said, maybe I just giving it too hard a time, but I definitely do appreciate him at least communicating, right? There's too many of the community people out there that do this for games that don't communicate anything. I know that back in the day, Nolxero, we would try to really, really find an update for Gears of War, and we would be crying to get one, and we couldn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and we're gonna jump over to a new section this week, and not Don't Talk Back. So we're gonna put that on the sideline for a little bit, and we're starting a new section called "What's That on Your Screen?"
Good luck. Dad. What is that on your screen? Wait, is that a new game?
All right, so what's that on your screen is going to be all about the new games that come out, maybe something else that we're playing, basically what we've all been playing this past week or in between the podcasts that you guys hear from us, and we just want to talk a little bit about that. So, David, why don't you start us off here and tell us a little bit about Call of Duty and what your first impressions of that game are.
Well, I can tell you, for one, I haven't played Destiny at all this week, and I wouldn't say that Call of Duty's drawn me away from Destiny, but I did want to give it a fair shake, and I'm about to be a second Prestige, so I have a lot of multiplayer time. There's some things that I've noticed, and it seems like kind of a common issue lately, is it seems like netcode, right? It seems like netcode in Destiny and in Call of Duty, it seems like it's just a little off. I feel like there's times where like reticles are hitting or like right on people, but bullets don't seem to be hitting people. So
Right.
there does seem to be a little bit of that in Call of Duty. It's incredibly fast paced. And I'll tell you, the first night or two, I was kind of down on it. But as I've learned the systems a little bit, I've definitely found my game modes that I really enjoy. But I don't think it's a better Call of Duty than some of the previous ones.
Yeah. I will say that, when we first played it, me, you, and Pope was saying something about the lag a little bit, and I wasn't paying much attention to it. But
No. I think you made fun of me for complaining about the lag, saying that
Yeah, probably
saying
did.
that it was my skill. If I remember correctly, you said it was I was making
Well,
excuses for my poor skill. I think you were saying.
I mean, when you're at the bottom of the list, I was trying to give you an excuse. So, anyhow, I did talk to a friend of ours that I've mentioned a couple of times, Gamble Big over on Xbox, and he said that they're having the same issues. So, just to enlighten Nolxero and Pope here, it is obviously a thing that's going on everywhere on the server. So, not just on the PlayStation Network, but also it seems to be on Xbox as well, which I thought that Xbox had dedicated servers, so it made it very odd to me that there's a lag issue
Right.
going on. But
Right.
Most of all, I thought it was a pretty good game. I think it's fun. I think me and Pope, we played every type of with you Nolxero, we played almost every type of multiplayer matchmaking game type, and really I think we found that we really enjoyed Search and Destroy.
Search and
Was that
Destroy,
not right, Pope?
Momentum is
Absolutely.
fun. The ranked playlist, if you can get 3 guys and yourself, the ranked playlist is a ton of fun. It's multiple game modes, but it's 4v4, so it kind of brings down the action a little bit, and it's actually welcomed because being that there's exosuits on everybody and it's so easy to move around these maps. When you have 6 players on a team, and I haven't even tried big team battle because I'm like, dude, there's no way. That's just mayhem that I don't want to be part of. But it's really hard to do callouts in this game. The callouts, because you can call out somebody, but they can move so quickly across the map that it's almost a mute point because you've called out something and he's like, way far away from that at that
Well,
point.
tell everybody that hasn't played this or necessarily hasn't seen it what the difference is, what the exosuits are.
Exosuits allow you to, from my understanding of how much I've played, it seems like you can do about, about 2 moves plus you can double jump.
No, but what is an exosuit is what I'm saying.
What an
Explain
exosuit
this
is just
to someone
like-
that doesn't know.
It's just this exoskeleton that you wear on the outside of your character that basically gives you higher jumps, faster movement, and it allows you to do things at like a superhuman rate. And in Call of Duty, the way that they utilize that is like now you have a double jump. You can also press in on your left analog like you're going to sprint and press left, right, or back, and you can use those to maneuver in those directions with like a thrust. And you can do 2 of those within rapid succession, and I'm not sure what the cooldown is on it, but it's very quick. So being that that's the case, it's very fast and just frantic gameplay. And
Yeah, I mean, what I found is it took a while for me to catch the movement in the new game, right? And I think you saw that Hambone when we were playing and you were on the stream is it took us a while to start moving around,
Right.
like you see in the commercials and everything else, because what happens is it's real different because how when you click in with your thumbstick to run, that's what you do to make those side movements as well that you see going on. And so it does change the game up a lot. I don't think it feels like every Call of Duty in the fact that it's the same pace. I think it's a lot faster. And I think the game mechanic changes it up. It has the Call of Duty skin and feel, semi to it, but I think it does feel like a new generation of it. And so I'm very curious to see where they go with it in the future as far as the next takedown. I mean, give us your impressions, Hambone, of watching us play it on the Twitch stream. What was your take on it?
It was a 50-50 for me. You know what I mean? I could look at it and definitely see how it could be entertaining and how it could be fun, a nice change of pace from Destiny. And then with the exosuit movement, I was wondering, would that make the game more competitive or less competitive? You know what I mean? Like, is that gonna draw in MLG guys to have this intense competition in some of these game modes, or does the exosuit really put it on easy street for everybody, so that everybody can get good and learn how to get some kills? So that's what I was trying to figure out while I was watching, but I was definitely impressed with the graphics and the map design. A lot of those maps seemed like they were really well designed. And I've also been looking at a little bit of the single player, and I'm enjoying the story. I'm following a couple commentators on YouTube, and it seems like the story is above par anything that I've seen in a Call of Duty game of late. So
Yeah, the story is a lot of fun. I haven't played through a whole ton of it. I got through, I think, 3 missions so far, and it's been intriguing to say the least. I mean, it's definitely a different type of experience for Call of Duty. I know Pope, you said you don't buy Call of Duty for single player, and I doubt you even bought this one for single player. But I think the single player will capture you. I don't know how much of that you've played, but to your thing about Hambone, about the movement and about everybody adapting to that. I made the comment to Pope and Nolxero that I think the movement's going to be harder for people to take in because there's a little more, I think, skill involved in how you use it,
right.
compared to just running around a map and sitting or camping, like a lot of people do. I think it takes away from a lot of that.
So
Right.
the exosuits themselves, I think make it more difficult because it adds verticality to the game design. And when you hear or you hear somebody on the other side of a wall, in previous Call of Duties, that they were going to be coming around that wall. Well, now they can come over that wall.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's a different experience. I think it's made it more difficult, and for the average player, it's going to be a steep learning curve to figure it out. And then I think the skilled players are going to figure out how to adapt not only the exosuits, but also the abilities, the exo abilities, of the increased boost speed and invisibility and all these other really cool features that you can use. And I think that the really skilled players are going to find the right combinations of boosts, when to use them, and how to use that verticality in the game.
Well, let me ask you this, Pope. How much do you see yourself playing that game in comparison to playing the multiplayer on Destiny for yourself?
Well, that's a good question, because usually when I play a game, I know really quickly if it's going to be something that I want to continue to play. And so, even though I've had some gripes about Destiny, I think the main reasons why I've been griping about it has been because I see the potential in it and I want more from it. So where I jumped into the Call of Duty, I played two solid nights of Call of Duty, and I went to work, and throughout my day I start thinking about what I'm going to be doing when I'm gaming at night, and I was thinking about Destiny. I wasn't thinking about Call of Duty at all. So for me personally, and what I like to do, I found myself directed back towards Destiny for many different reasons, and one of which was I felt like I was invested in characters, and I felt like I had, they were my guys, my Titans to upgrade and to continue, and I didn't feel like I was getting that from Call of Duty.
Right.
Right. Well, what about you, Nolxero? How do you feel after playing it for as much as you have?
Well, I can tell you one. There's been 2 double XP weekends that I've been able to utilize, so I haven't actually played a ton. I may have made it sound like I've played more than I have. I don't know. I mean, Call of Duty's kind of like fast and easy fun, and Destiny for me is, I think I'm ready for the expansion. I've enjoyed the break from Destiny because I was playing a lot of Destiny, and I definitely feel like they're both, for me, they're separate games. I enjoy both of them, and I will play both of them. Call of Duty, in all honesty, will probably last to me until the end of the year, maybe a little past that. But that's what it always does for me, is I always play it for a couple months. I never buy expansion packs for it, and I'm pretty much done after December, maybe mid-January.
Yeah, I'm like you. I like to experience it and play it. I know, Hambone, you're not even going to get it, right? I mean,
Well, that's what I want to ask you guys right here on the air. You guys have now had a good week with the game, and to all of us listeners and out there that haven't got to play the game, maybe have seen some footage, is this a game that we want to buy? Like, do I want to spend my money on this game, or do I want to wait out the fad and see you guys around December?
Well, I'll tell you this, and this is how I would tell anybody, including you, is that I think that for me, Call of Duty, like David said, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. So there definitely is that feel. Although there's some new mechanics to the game, it's still Call of Duty. If you like Call of Duty and you enjoy Call of Duty, it's worth picking up to see where the franchise has gone. It's not Modern Warfare 3, so you don't have to worry about that. It's gonna have I think it's gonna have a player base for a while, until obviously the next one comes out. But if you're big into Destiny and you're just like, man, I having these problems, or I feel down on Destiny a little bit, but I really love the game. For me, I played like 2 days of Call of Duty, and I've basically had the rest of the week off. I just had so much going on this week. been working on so much of the new stuff we're going to be releasing. And I went back to playing Destiny with you, Hambone, a little bit right before that we got on here,
Yeah.
started recording the podcast, and it was almost like new again. Like it was nice. I think we just needed to pace ourselves and breaks. And for those guys out there that only play a couple hours a night, they're probably not in this boat, right? I mean, they're not debating. Hey, if they still have Destiny, they still have a lot of content to cover. They're not debating like we are. Hey, do we buy into the game or do we not? So, for me, I'm glad I have it. I bought the digital copy, so I'm not even gonna go trade it in or anything like that. But I have it, and I'm like Nolxero. I'll probably play it through the end of the year here and there. I love playing Search, so I want to jump in on some of the community events we're gonna do and play Search and Destroy and Momentum. Momentum is a game where you're basically like territories in Battlefield, and this is probably what you would like, Hambone, a little bit, but you take over these territories, and it starts giving you basically what they call momentum. You capture a flag faster, and there's like, 5 flags total, and you start with the middle flag. Whoever captures
neutral.
the middle flag, it goes their direction, and you can't let them capture that zone. So it's a lot of fun. Like that's a really fun game mode. But when I sit down and you guys are all on, I'm going to be like, hey, let's play some Destiny. So that's my take on it. I mean, I don't know how to Nolxero, Pope. How do you guys feel about it?
Well, for me, Call of Duty is going to last because I plan on putting together this event, and we're going to have these events, and those will be announced very, very soon. And so I plan on this might actually be a Call of Duty I buy expansions depending on the need for the events. I have a lot of cool ideas for different game modes and stuff like that we can play with our people during the events. And so Call of Duty will last for that reason. But I'm a gamer, man, and I like playing everything. When new stuff comes out, I can't help it. Like I'm telling my kids, asked me today, are we buying Assassin's Creed Unity? And today I was like, not really. I'm not feeling it. I don't really want it. By the time that game comes out, I'll probably want it. I don't know that I'm going to buy it, but I'm probably going to want it because I'm just a gamer, man. I want to play Assassin's Creed Unity by the time it comes out. I'm going to want to play Dragon Age Inquisition. I mean, I dig into games, and every game I can get my hand on is just better for me, and I love it. And my boys really enjoy Call of Duty. That's why I bought the digital version. That way, there's no trade-in. They have it. We enjoy putting together little private games with our, just 1v1v1, and we mess around with that. And so I don't know. I don't want to rate it right now, only because me and Brian might have something coming up. I don't know. We might have a little review coming for y'all. Maybe. We'll see.
We absolutely have a little review coming for you guys of the game on YouTube.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Well, what about you, Pope? I know you said you keep thinking about Destiny. I mean, is that where you'd tell people to stay if they were debating on what to play during their week?
I guess to make it short and sweet, I find that Destiny is a home cooked meal, and Call of Duty is junk food.
Oh, that's a good way.
So for me, there's a time and place for both, and I'll probably still play Call of Duty. I have the resources where like buying a new game isn't going to be a big deal for me. So maybe if you didn't have a lot of money and you were like vacillating between one or the other, I'd stick with Destiny. But if you wanted to try something and you wanted some fast food every once in a while, but if you ate too much of it, it just wouldn't be healthy for you. So I think that's where I'm at. I like my home cooked meals, and I like feeling like at home when I get there. So
speak of fast food, you're going to be indulging in another activity here coming up soon. Would you like to share that with the community?
Yeah. So I got a little crazy, and I felt like I was leaving a lot of my friends that I had built in over 10 years of playing Xbox. I felt like I was kind of leaving them behind and not playing the Halo series. And I got super excited about the Halo Master Chief Collection, and it's coming out next week. And so I went and I bought an Xbox One and pre-ordered the Master Chief Collection. And I'm going to be working with another community member. She's on Guardian Radio Network, and you guys know her as Bella Bunny. And we're going to be doing a series on Twitch that basically a Let's Play. And we're going to start at the beginning of the Halo series, and we're going to play all the way every mission every Thursday at 7:30. we're going to be playing a mission live, and just I guess that we're going to be naming the series "The Crazy Misadventures of Bunny and the Bear," and
Nice.
the idea behind that is just basically we're going to be doing co-op missions, and including the community in them, and we're going to do a lead up every Halo game up into the release of Halo 5.
So basically, you guys are going to play one mission, starting with with CE,
Mhm.
Combat Evolved, and you're going to play one mission every
That's right.
Thursday, starting next week.
That's right.
Or this week when the podcast
right,
comes
this
out,
week,
right
yep.
after the game releases, until Halo 5 releases. So you guys have worked it out, and you have all types of events. So that's going to be really cool, guys. If you're on the Xbox and you're grabbing Halo, definitely stay tuned. Make sure you're checking up with Pope on Twitter, and I think he'll be announcing a bunch of stuff regarding that as it goes through, and definitely want to play with you. I'm actually gonna play with you some. I
Yeah,
think, Pope.
absolutely.
I own an Xbox. Unfortunately, it sits on my on my TV stand right now, collecting dust. But I've been waiting for something to come out to make me go back to it. And Halo's that game. I'm just like you. I have a lot of friends that are over there on the Xbox side, and they've been beating me up and asking me if I'm coming back. And of course, they want some TwoLoud action to come own the lands of the Xbox again. So
Some
people get
TwoLoud
ready.
action. Wow.
TwoLoud is coming.
Well-
I'm coming after you. So yeah, I'm gonna jump over, and definitely we'll probably be owning some people on some PvP. over there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe how excited I am to play some of these classic maps again in 1080, 60 frames per second. I mean,
And Lockout, Ascension.
my
I mean,
God,
dude,
you
I'm just
know-
man. It's gonna be awesome. And go ahead, Nolxero, give us your hate on it real fast, so everybody can know your hateful
It's
situation.
not hate. I love those games. I've played the crap out of those games, but I just don't think if someone's sitting here thinking, excuse me, that they're gonna play this game and it's gonna last for a year or 2 years, other than what Pope and Bunny are doing, I just don't see it. I mean, you're gonna hit that nostalgia wall pretty quickly, and you're gonna be like, wow. I mean, they're cool, it's fun, but I've played this a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I understand because I've tried to go back and play, like Mario before and other older games, especially ones that came out like on Xbox Arcade, right? And we go back and try to play them. But I will just argue the fact that on this particular game, there's so much new stuff. And I haven't played Halo 2 in so long. And it not only, did I play a lot of it, like you played Halo 3, but Halo 2 does have a nostalgia factor to me, but there's so much new stuff. I mean, Ascension is like they've added things to the map, and Lockout, and they're in 1080p, and they're at 60 frames a second. So the game is like gonna play a little different. It's it's almost like how I feel. It's almost like how you feel about Call of Duty, that it'll last you till for a while. So I think it will last for me. I think the nostalgia effect will be there, but I do think that the gameplay, they've put a lot into remastering it and everything else, that it's going to be a fun game to at least jump over. I'm not saying I'm going to play it and stop playing Destiny or whatever else. I think now that I've gotten older, I don't think I'm going to be a pro gamer anymore. So I've stopped committing all my efforts to one game, and just enjoyed it. So I think it'll be something fun to enjoy.
I think it'll be fun too. I think you'll get to break up the monotony of anything else you're playing. But I just think I've talked to a lot of people, Kyle and other people. They're like, oh, I'm gonna sink my teeth in. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna play this for hours and hours like I used to. I'm like, oh, good luck. Like, I really hope that works out for you. But I mean, it is Halo. You've played these games for hours and hours.
I want to tell you that the Halo mechanics for multiplayer are there, and they're timeless. I'm telling you, classic competitive multiplayer. I am excited to play Halo 2 with
Oddball.
matchmaking back on again.
Zombies.
I mean, think about it. It is capture the flag, dude. Like, these are the game modes that
Tied the leader. Dude, I can't wait to hear
Dude,
this
I
crap,
know.
man. Like, that's
I
what,
know.
I mean, that's what I'm so ready to hear
grab
it
the flag,
again.
Okay,
drop the
but
flag, grab the
by the
flag,
time-
drop the flag,
Double
grab
kill,
the
triple
flag,
kill,
drop the flag,
killtacular,
year,
grab
kill
the flag,
monstrosity,
drop the flag,
dude.
grab the
Dude,
flag.
I will
drop the
never,
flag.
I will never get, I will never, ever, 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 ever get sick of hearing kill monstrosity, Kilimanjaro. I mean, dude, that stuff, yeah, it is nostalgia to us, but it's also a great game mechanic, and that's what
Okay.
makes it so different. So I think this will speak really high for the industry though, and for some games because if they do come back and make a really good comeback, and given 343 has been working on this for a long time, knowing that the Halo 2 10-year anniversary essentially was coming, and that's why they were doing it. Um, I'm interested to see. I mean, David, maybe it will just be nostalgia, but maybe it won't. And,
Yeah.
and that's what's
I
going to be
bought-
interesting to see.
I bought
So
next gen consoles for new gaming experiences, not rehashes, and there've been so many. I mean, so many games have been rehashed and remastered and all that. It's gonna be
No,
fun, but by the time by the time that runs its course, you're gonna be playing the Division with me, or Siege. These games there's new experiences coming. You're not going to be playing Halo 1, 2, 3, 4.
But I think there's a
Pope, he's a hater. He's
I
a
think-
hater,
no,
Pope.
But
He's just
I
a hater.
honestly think that there is a ton of people out there that hold on to those classic games for that reason. They want to go back and they want the nostalgia. And tell me if you wouldn't be excited on Halo CE. You just got your pistol. You fought out of the Pillar of Autumn. You're now on the ring world for the first time, and you look around in this like momentous moment where you're first experiencing, you're out of the caverns of like the closed in spaces of the ship. Now you're on the ring world for the first time, and there's this big open space, and now it's all like in like how your imagination wanted it to be. It's not like these closed palettes, but there's trees blowing in the wind, and there's grass that is like high definition, and you can look out at the ring world and see all this definition, dude. And tell me that's not exciting. Tell
It's
me
exciting
that's not
for a
Come
very
on,
short
man.
amount of time.
No,
I've done all this stuff. I've played all these
then
missions 100 times.
Then that ship comes in from the left behind you and drops off the grunts, and for the first time in the jackals, and you could hear it in remastered sound of them shooting the needler by you. Oh, dude, come on.
Okay, let me ask you this though, Nolxero. If you had an Xbox, in all honesty, if you had an Xbox, would you be picking up Halo?
If I had an Xbox, I would probably pick it up. Dude, I'm a gamer. Like I said,
Right.
I play, I consume, but I just don't think I would go in knowing it's not going to last me. Like I said, I think with
You're
Pope,
talking yourself out of it right now. Is what you're
no,
doing.
Yeah,
I
you
think
are.
Have an
I think
Xbox,
Pope
so you're
has a real
talking yourself
reason
out
why
of
they
it.
can play it for a year. I don't
Okay.
think most people can play it for a year.
Well, me and you both know that we could jump over to Xbox with all the guys that we know, and we could play Halo for a good 6 months to a year and have fun doing it.
8v8 big team battle on Blood Gulch.
Ooh,
What?
That does sound
Come on.
ridiculous.
Give me
That-
that warthog.
I-
That does
Give me
sound
that
ridiculous.
warthog.
It sounds like something I've done
They-
before.
Oh,
Yeah, but David, oh
Oh
my
my.
gosh, how many times have you driven a Warthog? That's like your love.
I love
dude.
driving the
I-
Warthog. Dude,
you-
I'm not
you
discounting
love
the game
that.
is
No, no,
awesome.
I
The
had
game has
over-
been
in Halo
proven that
3,
it's
I had
awesome.
Over 60,000 Warthog driver assists.
Dude,
So
the games
and
are
you
awesome.
really want to go
There's
and do
no
it again?
argument whether the
Yes,
games are awesome.
yes, I want to do it again. I want to do it over and
Well,
over.
I think this is
and
the
over
problem
again.
though. With I don't think this is the last thing I'll say about it, but I don't think the remastered situation is any more than these continued franchises that continue on. I mean, look, Call of Duty was last gen, man. That would be my argument to that is that it's last gen, although it has a new mechanic in it. Well, so does that new Halo. It's no different. It's another building. I'm shooting another guy. I mean, I think the experience comes with, and Destiny shows this, who you play with.
There you
That
go.
can really change the experience, and the atmosphere in which maybe you are playing or what the circumstances are. That can almost make anything new. And I think Destiny really shows that I can go play the same missions 20 times, but if I play them with different people, it's a different experience.
Absolutely.
So, I think Halo will be a new experience, just like I think Call of Duty is a new experience for people that grab that. So I think both those games are gonna be fun. I know there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline, so we'll see what else definitely jumps on the screen of Nolxero, because it sounds like he's gonna get sucked into buying Assassin's Creed too. So,
No, I was just gonna say I think I'm buying Dragon Age Inquisition for my next game, and then I'll be back on Destiny in December.
Oh my goodness.
So when I went in and bought my Xbox, I wanted to be able to live stream with it, and so I bought the Kinect bundle that comes for the Assassin's Creed Unity. So I've got that, and I'm actually kind of excited. The 4-player open world co-op.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. The problem I have with Assassin's Creed is what I told my boys tonight is I feel like I buy them all the time, but before I finish them, I get bored.
Me too.
So I'm like,
Me
okay, I'm
too.
bored, and I didn't finish the
Man,
game.
Black Flag. I didn't even. Here's the deal about Black Flag. I got every single hidden chest and every single hidden little. What were they called? But the other hidden, the other
notes?
like little glowy. Yeah, the
Where they
notes
would
and
sing?
the other glowy things. The oh my gosh, I forget what they're
There's
called.
the
little
Benjamin
diamond
Franklin things.
Yeah. Anyways, I got all those, and I never played the story. Okay, I unlocked the whole thing, and I never.
That's
played
because
the story.
Troy would sit on the couch with his PS Vita and sit there and watch TV with his wife and do the little mindless stuff in there. And he's like, "Oh, well, one day I'm gonna sit down and play the actual game on my
Right.
console."
Man, my ship was at 100% before I even played the third mission. Dude. It was insane. I got all the fishing things done, all the
that's
harping
just
things done,
insane.
dude. It was a blast, man. It really was. It was. I had a lot of fun playing that part of Black Flag, and
But you didn't beat it.
I think no, I didn't beat
And
it. I didn't beat it.
that's
But
my problem.
I'm not gonna beat Call of Duty. I'm not probably gonna even. I mean, I might play through the missions and beat it. I might not. I might beat Halo. I might not beat Halo. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of these games that I grab and enjoy for whatever the time being and go back to. I am a stickler about Destiny. I want to beat every section of that game, but I have a different passion for that game. Obviously, we do a podcast about it, but I have a different passion for that game than I have for some of these other games.
Right.
So
You're right, too loud. You'll get 3 level 30 characters sometime.
Oh, here we go. Well, yeah. Thanks so much.
Different-
Thanks so much for that,
different
Pope. Yeah, but they'll
characters.
be different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so
Different
I
kinds
think
of
we just need
exos.
to. I think we need to identify that you have 3 level 30 envy. Is what you have.
Oh wow,
Wow.
3.
if I didn't throw away all the pieces of gear you've gotten since I got them about 10 times fold, then I would probably have 3 Titans. But I started throwing them away because I didn't want to play
Right,
another
I mean,
Titan.
I
All
do
I'm
have
hearing
2
is
sets of
all I'm
everything.
hearing is I want to be Pope Bear. That's all I'm hearing.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Well,
we go.
the story here is not that I want to be a Pope Beer, but I do want to hear some stories from the tower.
And now it's time for Stories from the Tower. Stories that come from you, to us, and back to you. Be prepared to laugh a time, or 3, or 2.
All right, so Hambone, what you got for us today? Share something, hopefully comical that somebody passed along that we can laugh at their life a little
Oh,
bit.
absolutely. So just before I start, I want to remind you guys to make sure you check the forums every week on bungie.net to see the new topic that we put up and we are asking for responses about. This week, I just did a little forum hunting and found some pretty funny responses. So I'm just going to read a couple random things. And this first one comes from an original post titled, "After 2 weeks of being a father, I've learned one thing." But what I actually want to share is a response to the original post from a guy named Wolf Odinson. And the post reads, "Here's another thing. While it's early yet, remember this." And it's written in bold letters. "Remember it always. Make abso-freaking-lutely positively sure there are no Legos left on the floor. You only have to step on one with your bare feet for that to be burned forever into your brain. But if I can save even just one new parent from this mishap, my job here is done." And I thought that was pretty freaking hilarious.
Man,
It
no
is
question.
absolutely true. I
is
have
absolutely
true.
wrecked myself with Legos. My
I've
son loves
stepped
Legos.
on one Lego and then be like, and then I like back off and I
Yes,
step on
and
another
you
one
step
and I'm
on
like,
another
oh my god.
Oh my
So
god!
what
dude.
you're saying is Legos here are able to kill.
Dude,
Yeah,
they
it's
tear
like
your
it's
feet
like
apart.
it's like something from Home Alone, man. You know how how in Home Alone they put
That's it.
he put the Christmas ornaments by the window,
Yeah.
and he comes in the window and steps on the Christmas,
Right.
and you feel that pain. Like when I see that, that's what I think of. It's like I feel the pain of when I've stepped on all
see,
these stupid Legos around my
I have-
house,
Do you have
man.
hardwood floors?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, it is the worst.
Oh, they don't
You
give
don't
like carpet,
get it.
man.
Oh,
You
man.
step on one, it is embedded in your foot.
Yeah, you're not alone. Sir Woims says, "I can vouch for this. 3 stitches to prove it." And I'm
Oh,
like, 3
what?
stitches from a freaking
Oh
Lego, man.
my
But here's a little tip for you from No Shoe. He says Lego hack I saw somewhere. Put a bed sheet on the floor prior to Lego time, and that makes cleanup about 10 seconds, and it'll keep you from having those stray Legos on the ground.
Let me give you another pro tip on top of that, Brian.
Go for it.
Get a like a king size bed sheet, but the fitted sheet, not the top sheet. It's the fitted sheet, because then it curves up on the edges, so the Legos don't fall off it. And you just pick up the whole thing.
That's pretty freaking pro. I must admit, that is pretty freaking pro. Here's a funny response from Omega Don. He says, dude, how freaking true is this? I've stepped on one and my leg completely went limp to protect from the impending pain, shifting all the weight to the other leg. Cat-like reflexes were rocking. I continued to walk and talk to my girls, but my wife was sitting there and said, did you just step on the Lego? I replied, a little. She then laughed and said, good. I've been stepping on those things since we bought them, and it's horrible. I wanted to see how you reacted if you stepped on one. And I was like, what the? Are you serious? Glad my agility was looking out, because the missus was certainly trying to get me.
The worst two things you can buy for your kids is Play-Doh and Legos. For different reasons, but those are the two.
No. Zero. I would add in there those gifts you get from family members that are like some sort of toy that makes noise.
Oh, dude, your family members are the worst.
Oh, dude, like why do they do that? Like a drum set, or the little, like those little cap guns, or little guns that make the wee sound.
Well, well, you know, I learned this from my brother, because my brothers are both older than me, and they have kids that are older now. But they told me a long time ago. They said, throw toys away, and I didn't really understand it until Grandma and Grandpa take him to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or whatever it is, and he comes home with these stupid little toys, and I'm like, these are taking up room in your basket. Throw them away. And when he's not looking, man, I throw so many toys away, it's ridiculous, especially those things. But here around the holiday season, everybody remember the Legos. Watch out for the Legos, man, because that, just like what's his name, where his leg went limp, you'll do it so many times that as soon as you feel it, you just bend that leg and keep on walking. Right? That way you don't
want stitches.
I wanted one more thing to say here, and I'll say, just to compare the pain, is one time my daughter's earrings were on the floor, and I had one of those puncture through my foot, and it still was not as bad as a wound from a Lego.
I don't know what it is about Legos. They just have
dude, the corners are sharper than crud, dude.
I think they have some sort of ability to tap into your nervous system. It goes straight up your spine.
And apparently, they're used as a weapon if your wife decides to put them on the floor on purpose. Who does these things? Whose wife is like, oh, you know what? I'm putting these on the floor so you can learn a lesson.
Maybe she didn't put them on purpose. Maybe she just left them on purpose. Right. I mean,
just an idle bystander. I'm just gonna watch you go through
some
this.
Sort of fur trapper. Some sort of fur trapper, like setting out a trap, waiting for their prey.
Right. Just sitting over in the corner, whispering, "Okay, so we have him on approach. He's, you know what I mean?
I got him."
We got an animal in the wild.
We got an animal in the wild.
Oh man,
the Legos are setting in. I just don't.
Did you just hear Pope Bear? He's doing an English accent over there, or a Australian accent. God, I'm so sorry for those of you that.
Right, we'll just call it a European accent.
Hey, maybe we need some of our Australian guys to come on, show us how it's done.
Yeah.
Right. Give us a proper.
That's funny crap.
Oh my goodness! Before this gets too out of hand, if you have a good Lego story to share with us, or maybe another story that your wife inflicts pain on you, we really like those. We're kind of like all the people that watch America's Funniest Videos. Hearing about you going through pain and agony is fun laughter to us. So please share. And in order to share, Nolxero, tell us a little bit about maybe some emails that we got this week.
All right, so we got a really long one from a guy named Carlos. I'm not going to read the whole thing, excuse me, but it did talk about our whole scenarios that everything we addressed about the Volta glass changes, and he actually talks about the fact that he lives in Japan. He's an American. He lives in Japan because of military reasons, and so he has a very hard time finding Americans to play. Now, I responded to him and told him to use LFG. So hopefully he got that email and he's using LFG, because I think
LFG?
The Destiny LFG, finding people to play different types of game modes and stuff in Destiny. Since
Oh,
Destiny
okay.
Looking for player.
Yeah.
group.
Looking for group. So
looking for group.
what's the website for that? Is it destinylfg.net?
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah.
There's destinylfg.net and destinylfg.com. I prefer destinylfg.net because it has an in-game. It has an embedded chat feature, so you don't have to use another system to communicate. A lot of people send you friend requests to communicate on PlayStation Network,
Okay.
and that just gets obnoxious. So
Right.
destinylfg.net has an embedded messaging feature that you
Nice.
can get teams together.
Right.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
But
That's
he
cool.
talks about that he found some people in his area that were American as well and that were playing Destiny. They went through the raid. He had brought his own buddy, and the frustration that ensued from the random pulls and stuff like that, because him and his buddy had not played the raid at all.
Oh,
So what ended up
No.
happening was a lot of black screens, wipes, and eventually the people that he was running with had run the raid. They got pissed, they left, and they went and found more people and beat the raid, and left these two guys. Overall, just from what it seems, very bad experience. Like what Pope was saying, he even mentions that there was friends lost during this battle, and
Oh,
that
wow.
it's exactly what we're talking about. It's it's very hard for people that haven't come in to go into that and know what to do, and it's very frustrating for people who have done it that aren't trying to run people through like we do. It's very frustrating for both ends because it's like some people want to just finish the raid and they've done it 100 times and they're like, come on, man, get it together. And these guys are like, well, dude, we've never done this, so I don't know what you want me to do. So,
So
right.
so-
Well, he takes a line from you, Pope. He said, as you asked, who is the update for? And he said, the most crucial and selfish answer is that he could give is it wasn't for him. You know, and it sucks.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the reality, man. Is that we can get through it now because we got through it before. We knew how it was laid out, and we understand it. And we are significant. All of our levels are 30s now. But dude, especially for people, even if they're I think he's even a 29, right?
Yeah.
So even people that are high enough level, if they don't understand what's going on in the mechanic, man, that's so frustrating.
Right.
I can't even understand it. And hopefully they do either one of two things. They take our suggestion where they mark you and give you a countdown so you can organize in the 5 seconds there, or they get rid of it on normal, not easy but normal mode, right? And allow us to just have it on the hard mode to make it more
I have to
difficult.
explain something here because I've done this last week. It's like I said, I had 3 level 30s, right? So I was able to do
thanks,
the
Fred.
raid. I did the raid 3 times on normal, and then during the 3 times on normal, I got the gear I needed to bring up the other characters up to 30. So then I did it again 3 times on hard. So I played the raid 6 times last week, right?
Mhm.
And on the 3 times on hard, I had gone into Destiny LFG and I said, putting together a team of 30s, and I just put 30s on the board, right? So it was me and 5 other 30s, and we went through the raid in, I think the fastest group I got together was just about an hour, just maybe under an hour, and then the slowest was an hour and 30 minutes. And these are random people that don't know each other but have done the raid before. Now, fast forward to this week, and I put together another team. The only difference was that we had 2 guys that were level 29s that had done a ton of PvE and had never done the raid before and were ready to do the raid, but they had lied to us on Destiny LFG because no one would play with them.
Of course.
And they said they were experienced, and so we got into the game, and it turns out that you can figure out really quickly who doesn't know what they're doing, like really quickly.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
And we ended up wiping quite a bit, and then we just abandoned it. And like that letter you just wrote, we abandoned it, grabbed 2 guys that knew what they were doing, and beat it in 5 minutes.
Yeah. But see, that kind of plays to the fact that there needs to be, some people need to help some people get through, because if only the top tier people are getting through and no one's going to help these other guys get through, they're never going to learn anything.
Right.
And they need to learn today.
Well, they need to learn today. My suggestion would be, if you're trying to put somebody through the raid that has not done it before, they should at least be a level 28, and they should at least have a legendary weapon that's fully maxed out, preferably an exotic or a legendary, anything that's not blue, that's an auto rifle, and they should be the only one on the team who's inexperienced, because Pope and I did a raid last week where we eventually got through, but because there were two guys who were pretty inexperienced and one guy who had never done the raid, that basically half our team was learning on the go. And we tried for what, Pope, about an hour and a half at the end, just on Atheon, maybe even 2 hours, and we did not finish it. And as soon as we replaced some members with some guys who did know the raid, we got through it in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Well, I will also say to those of you out there, like, oh, why do I need to be a 28? It's really not for a selfish reason for the people that are taking you. It's more for you to be able to feel like you're significant. Because if you're not, you're going to feel like, I can't kill an oracle. I can't kill an enemy, and it's better enjoyment for you if you're the level 20.
And I think
really
honestly, I'm because a good player can go in, a good player that knows how to stay alive and be smart can go in at a lower level. But I think the 28, I would agree, is absolutely a good number. But you can go through as a 26 and 27s. That's not the issue. I think what I find is the most important aspect, and the thing that I go over before I put a raid team together, is show me what guns you have maxed out. I need at least your primary and at least your heavy, at the very least, to do maxed out, because those are the two biggest factors in success in the raid, is being able to use your upgraded Galahorn or Truth Rocket or whatever to help take out the bosses, and then a primary gun that will be able to 1 to 2 shot a Vex. If you can't shoot a Vex once, at the most twice in the chest or in the belly, and kill it, you shouldn't be doing the raid then, because you won't be able to hold your position.
Right,
So,
because eventually you're going to get overrun when the hordes start coming.
Right. Well, hopefully, Carlos, you find some guys that will help you.
Use
I know
LFG.
use LFG, man.
And that's pretty much the emails. I had one from Stan, but I kind of addressed that. He gave me his beer selections, and so next week, guys, get ready. I'm gonna go down Stan's list of beers, and we're gonna do that for a while and see how that goes.
Yeah, please don't go all down them in one night. I don't want you
No. We're gonna
on the
pick
floor.
one a week based off his selection.
Right.
So what's your
depending on
control,
alcohol
Zero?
content.
If we're gonna do an experiment, what's your control? What beer do you get? What beer do you drink that doesn't cause any reaction?
Well, see, I don't really have any rhyme or reason. Like I told you, the Mangaritas and stuff. That whole Bud Light line doesn't
Dude,
do
come
that.
on. Stop it.
Listen,
I'm talking about
Tecate. Let's go with Cotty. Tecate.
Tecate
He's
doesn't
okay
give
with
me a
Tecate.
reaction.
Okay, thank you.
Bud
That's your
Light
control.
used to not have a problem, but now I do. Ziegenbach doesn't give me a reaction, so I'm not sure how I'll determine what actually gives me the reaction. I was told it's filtering. We'll see, because me and Nate talked about that as well. He said he doesn't know what would be in the filters that would cause that, but yeah, we'll see how that goes.
All right, guys, as always, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you rate us on iTunes, and make sure you check out Guardian Radio Network for tons of other great podcasts and videos. You can also follow us on Twitter at the DoD Podcast. Check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/the DoD Podcast, and on Twitch, twitch.tv/the DoD Podcast. You can follow me at TwoLoudtx, TWOLOUDTX, Nolxero at NOLXERO, POPEBEAR, Pope_bear. Make sure you check him out next week for all the action he's going to be doing on Twitch with Halo, and then also the Hambone, which is HAMBODINI. Guys, make sure you keep it tuned here for all things Destiny, as well as our conversations and reviews on other upcoming titles. and all the other garbage that we talk about from time to time. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Take care, polar bear.
And adieu, caribou.
That's what you come up with, really?
I love that.
Oh, man.